What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Today, we're actually going to go over every bottle we picked up in March. Are we almost at the end of April? No, we're mid-April. We're mid-April. We're just now going over Marches. So welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. If you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get started because we need a little pour. We need to warm up on this Friday night. So let's go ahead and start off with a little Peerless Double Oak. Obviously, this bottle was probably one of the, I don't know what you want to call it, probably the one that impressed me the most out of this month that I picked up. Obviously, you guys saw I was in shambles the moment that I could tell the tides were turning when it came to the Woodford's Double Oak, and this one just kind of inching out past it. So, I gotta give it its flowers at this point. That is a really good bottle. So, if you haven't had it, I think it is a must pick up for the right price, right? Don't go crazy on it. The price on these things go wildly different. So I was lucky enough to get this for fairly cheap. Oh, there it is. Anyways, welcome to stream. Happy Friday. Hopefully your week went well, and now you're kind of cruising in to the weekend. So let's kind of start off with the first little pour. We got a couple bottles to go over. By a couple, I mean like 8. I think 8. I may have missed some, to be honest. My months are kind of blending together, so I don't know exactly what I picked up this month. I think I picked up the Russells this month too, right? Or that was last month. It was one of those months. That's for sure. Anyways. It's probably last month. Chris says, what's up from Indianapolis? Call me old fashioned. How's your night going, brother? We're just getting started. We've only been live for about 2 minutes. So welcome to the stream, Chris. We're going in and going over all the bottles we picked up this month. Have a little pour, maybe of each. Probably not. But we'll have a couple. A few. Fuck it. Let's do a flight. Anyways, so this one, Peerless Double Oak, obviously the one that impressed me the most this month. 108.4 proof. This is batch 19. If you haven't had it, you gotta pick it up. So that's one. Let's go ahead and grab the second one. Kind of start knocking through these. I got quite a bit of Penelope this month. This one is going to be the Penelope Rose Cast finish out of the Copper series. It's good. It's nice. It's light. It's floral, right? It's got that rosé finish to it. It's different. It's unique. I won't go to this a bunch, but it'll be definitely something that I kind of like poke around at, right? Every once in a while. It was one of the bottles that the wifey was like, maybe I try that one. I go, I don't think you'll like it. Not yet. She's not ready yet, but she will eventually as we kind of cruise into her trying to get into a couple bourbons and whiskeys, But if there was one to do it, this probably could be it because she's big on wine. So I picked this one up simply because I had to buy enough to get enough points when I bought the Havana. So this is the other one I had to pick up to get the points as well because I was running low after I got that Jack 10. So this one is going to be the Penelope Barrel Strength 4 grain. This one, what is it? 114 proof, batch 19. So both of those had to pick up both of them basically to get the Havana. So we'll scoot the Peerless back for a second. So I had to pick this one up, this one, and to get this one. Not because they were forcing me, but I bought the Barrel Strength, right? I got the Barrel Strength just simply out of like, all right, let's grab it. And then I was like 30 points away, and this was like $35 or something like that. It wasn't much. I go, all right, cool. So I bought that one, swipe card. Then I was able to purchase the actual Havana. So I was pumped to get this one. Again, I'm not like dying over it, but it's a good bottle. So let's check in with the chat a little bit. You have Bourbon Daddy saying, what's up from third shift? Juan said he's just waiting. Welcome to the waiting room. Christian in the chat says, what's up, bro? Happy Friday. You going to be doing more hunt videos? Yeah, and definitely. I kind of learned my lesson, though, with the bigger one. Like, I brought my big camera the last time, and it was, like, obnoxious to the point where, like, the liquor store people were like, what the hell is he doing? Because I got, like, an inch, like a lens, like, 3-4 inches. Big old camera, big tripod. I needed to get the little mini camera to like at least not be obnoxious with it. But yeah, no, definitely. We have some stuff planned. I've been busy. Most people don't realize I work like 3 jobs. So this is like a Friday night gig. Plus I do a couple videos during the week and stuff like that. But we'll be ramping up content. I have my last wedding I have one wedding this month, one wedding next month, and then I'm completely done with that. So we'll we'll be cruising into some hunting videos. We obviously have the tickets go on sale for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, so we'll be filming there. So we got some stuff planned this year. It's just not going to be till later in the year. Tuck says she's beautiful. They're both beautiful. All three are beautiful. Hey, here we go. Chris goes, one of my friends got a Peerless Double Oak. He said it was exceptional, sweet, the slight orange note. It's definitely sweet. It definitely, I don't know if I got an orange note on it. I mean, I have poured up. I mean, I get a lot of oak. I get a lot of like dessert vibes with some leather as well. So like that's like the more prominent stuff. But no, the Peerless is definitely. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but I mean it's up there. I love double oaks. That's kind of like my go-to. And I have to admit, last week, or I think it was last week, that when we tried it, I'm like, it is better than the Woodfords. A lot of people were like debating on that, like, is it better, is it not? So yeah, unfortunately it is. So we'll put that over here. North Florida says, what's going on, everyone? Cheers. North Florida, welcome to stream. Tuck says, bear. Anyway, so that's the first 4, right? We'll just slide this here. So just to continue down the Penelope round while we have it here, I also picked up the Rio, right? This one is going to be 98 proof copper series, obviously batch 25-91. Oh wait, I have the other camera set up. There you have it. I actually think I like this one better than the Havana. Now I've kind of like had a couple pours off stream where I kind of just kick back and kind of relax with it. It's definitely sweet. Both of these two are super sweet, right? If you know going in like you're okay with that, then you're okay with it. But it's definitely like I couldn't have maybe like 1 to 2 pours or 2 smaller ones. For me personally, I more would gravitate towards the honey rather than the maple syrup. And the Amberana just kind of blends well with the honey, right? It's like cinnamon buns, cinnamon toast crunch versus the rum barrel, which I'm not the biggest rum fan. So naturally, I think the Rio is just more up my alley, and that's one I think I would go with. So, I mean, obviously, you got to blind them up one day and let that be the real judge. But for the most part, I'm going Rio. North Florida says that Peerless looks like chocolate stout. It kind of does. Like it's dark. That's not the camera. Like it looks that dark in person. Peerless is delicious. You know, it's money. But the only issue with this bottle is how the price fluctuates so heavy. If it wasn't for that, like that would be a decent bottle. That you can't even find it that often. I'm not gonna say it's allocated, but it's as close to allocated as you can get. Chris says, "Are you an Amberana guy?" Not really. Like I'm not like opposed to them, but I'm also not gonna like hunt a bunch down. The Rio, to be honest, I forgot the Rio was even Amberana finished. I thought it was just honey finished. When I go, oh snap, it's both. I was more shocked because I knew the name, and I like Penelope. I would again remember I was kind of standoff off of with them for a while where I really wasn't buying any. I like the Architect a lot, but I didn't care for the Toasted as much. And then the Valencia, again, not a big fan of that one either. The only reason I got these two was because I wanted the Havana, and I actually like all of these on the table. I'm okay with drinking all of those. Let's finish up the last bit of the Penelope that we picked up this month. I feel like also I picked up Penelope this month, but I then picked up the wheated one. The wheated one actually is really good. It's light. just straight to the point. You're not going to get a ton of complexity out of this one, but it's a pretty solid, cheap wheated bourbon. It's 95, 93 proof. What is that? Yeah, 95 proof. It's good. There's nothing like to call home about, and it probably isn't as good as the Bardstown. It's not as good as Bardstown. There's no probably, but this is like 30 to 35 bucks, I think. And it's let me have a little pour. Yeah, it's just really light comparatively, right? Tuck says now you just need the white label. I'm not gonna get the white label. I got these because they had like some kind of fun twist to them. And that's one thing that I do like about Penelope a lot. This isn't a Penelope strain, but it kind of looks like it right now. The one thing that's fun about Penelope is like each bottle is like at least somewhat different. They're not like the barrel strength versus white label is the same thing, just stronger. The wheated one's obviously wheated. Then you have a double barrel finishes on two, a wine finish on another. It's just they're having fun with it, and that's what I like about it. They're not ever going to be my favorites, but they're cool bottles. They look good on the shelf for sure. Yeah, it's kind of the basic stuff. A little vanilla, a little caramel, light, no finish, but 30 bucks, I don't think you can. You have to have one for 30 bucks. Just kind of chill on the shelf. For me, this would be something I kind of get warmed up with. Do I have the Valencia? I do. I've drank it a couple times. I don't really like it. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's all right. Tuck says, "Give it to me. I'll give them to you." No, no, no. They look on the shelf. That's what they're here for at this point. They're like showpieces. iRock in the chat says, "What's up, everybody?" iRock, welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. North Florida's been waiting the whole stream to say that. Next up is going to be Benchmark Foolproof. Now, you think that would be like something I've been had, right? But the long-running joke is going to finally end with this one, where I've went to the liquor store like 3 times in my mind thinking I need to pick up the Foolproof and somehow grabbing either the bonded or the single barrel or something completely different, forgetting about it in general. Now, this bottle isn't like the end-all be-all either, but it's good. It's solid. Makes a really good cocktail. That's probably my favorite part about it is like I got it for like $19.99. Or was it like $20.99, something like that. It was lower than what I was expecting it to be. But for 125 proof, it has all the characteristics of Buffalo Trace. I do like it neat. It does have a little bit of a like medicinal note in there towards the end on the finish when it comes to just drinking it straight up. But that was like my one knock to it, being like, hey, like more expensive whiskey doesn't have that. But when you mix it in a cocktail, that goes away. So if you like old fashions, this is a really good one to have. So that, and it's really cheap. I love me a good budget bottle. So ABCD says Benchmark sucks. Not really. It's got its place for sure. ABC says whiskey's bad. Last up is gonna be the Bardstown Wheated, right? This is 106 proof Bardstown Wheated. This one definitely outshines the Penelope. A lot more flavors. Let me just grab that Glen back. Yeah, this one Bardstown has all the notes on here. This is 6-year age, 53% corn, 39% wheat, and 8% malted barley. So overall, this one I like this one a lot more. I'm not gonna say this one's better than the Ben Holiday though. I didn't think about that when we cracked it, but we may need to do like a wheated blind or something like that eventually, because I may like it more than the Weller. I don't know if I'll like it more than Ben Holiday. IROC says, man, them Gators got lucky. That ain't luck. That ain't luck. That was the Angels. Christian says, full proof makes a mean old fashioned, but I drink a neat too. That's what I was saying. There's nothing wrong with drinking a neat. It just has this like little note on the end that all benchmarks have that it's like part of the cherry, right? I correlate it with being like that tastes a little cheap, right? It is cheap whiskey, but that's how I can tell it in a blind right away. But in the old fashioned, I couldn't tell. Like it was gone. That little note was gone. So IROC says benchmark is good for the price faux show. A lot more in this one. Yeah, that's where like the Penelope was like super light, super like almost nothing there, just hanging out. The Bardstown just has a lot more oomph and barrel impact. Now it could be because of the higher proof, but it's definitely got more on the nose. The palate, I mean, it does have more on the palate too, but not comparably to the nose. But it at least has a little bit of that finish. So I'm here for it. North Florida says, get your benchmark now. All the bottom floor is flooded Buffalo Trace. I know, right? They're going to come out with benchmark flooded, $79.99, a 375 milliliter bottle or something. Really sucks for the locals, Bear said. I mean, it sucks in general. I mean, nobody wants to see Buffalo Trace flood or anything like that, but I mean, it's going to make for a cool story on the whiskey. If you look at the bright side, bad side there, it's going to cost for that cool story. So let me know in the chat, what are you guys sipping on tonight? We have an old fashioned, we have a pour. What are we doing? My camera's freaking out because I got so many bottles on the camera. It doesn't know what to do. Dun, dun. Anyway, so there you have it. As far as the bottles I picked up, I may have missed some, to be honest, but this is what I believe I picked up. So I have the Bardstown Wheated Benchmark Full Proof 125, Penelope Rio, Penelope Havana. Oh, let me move these over. I'm running out of space. Obviously, barrel proof, rosé finish. The wheated Penelope and Peerless Double Oak Bourbon. So there you have it. Got a lot going on there. But now this doesn't count with what I ordered, right? Because I do have some things on order. Unfortunately, that's 2 Penelopes. I'm done buying Penelope for a while, boys. Don't worry. I'm not going to kill you guys too much with that. One of them's off the wall, though, so I think you'll enjoy that one. Both kind of are. Tux says 80 MSRP, 700 secondary. Tux drinking a pina colada. Okay. It's kind of weird. Anyways, so you have, what do we have ordered? We got one that's pre-order from Total Wine. And then I started dabbling in unicorn auctions. Not that I'm buying anything too crazy. I'm looking for steals and deals and stuff like that. So I do have the Woodford's, and this doesn't count towards March, by the way. It's going to count whenever they come in. So we have the Chocolate Redux Distillery release from Woodford's. Their highest proof that they released, 138 and something, I think, proof, or 39. I can't remember. IRX says, nah, man. 90% bourbon, 10% Ohio River. North Florida says, I picked up Full Proof this week for $25, sipping on an old fashioned with Chattanooga Bourbon Barn pick, the burnt oak ice cubes. And burnt oak ice cubes? What is burnt ice? I'm having a stroke here. Burnt oak ice cubes. What's that? Am I tripping? Should I know about this? Kristen's having a little Jack bonded at the moment. That's a good pour. Juan's having a little ranch water. Can we make a ranch water with bourbon? Tuck says I'm not with my whiskey right now. That's a sin. iRock popped his Eagle Rare. I still have my unopened Eagle Rare still. I may have to dive into that soon. I've been wanting to drink it, but if you guys know in the Discord, I said I've been holding it because I'm waiting to see if Eagle Rare 10 is going to continue to be produced, or are they just going to switch it all to Eagle Rare 12? Because the moment that gets announced, the price for Eagle Rare 10 year is going to jack through the roof. It's going to be impossible to get to an extent because I'm not going to pay $100 for Eagle Rare. But I also want it to last. And one thing that I do drink quite a bit is that Eagle Rare whenever it's open. Juan says, trying to figure out what bourbon to pour. He's like, life's short. Then drink the Cellar Age. The Cellar Age just won in Juan's blind. If you guys aren't in the Discord, if you are, go check that out. That was pretty cool to watch. Oh, he's saying life's short, open it. I mean, I have like over 120 bottles open in this room. I just feel like I should give them a little bit of love too. That's why I haven't. I know North Florida's drinking that Chattanooga whiskey. I may pop into that. I was looking at this. I almost brought it over for the like to kind of warm up with it. Tuck says, Juan, pour one of every competitor from your bracket at once. Sounds like a good time. What could go wrong there? Dun, 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 dun. Anyways. Who's had Chattanooga whiskey? Out of curiosity. Obviously North Florida, you ain't gotta tell me. But has anybody else had Chattanooga? Because for this store pick, I wasn't even, like I've seen them, but I never was like, you know what? Let's pick that up. This is 120.3 proof single barrel. It's a Tennessee high malt. Does it say the mash bill in here? This is obviously single barrel from the Bourbon Barn. Got a little sticker on the back that says Brown Sugar Monster. It does live up to that name. It's got a ton of brown sugar notes on it. Oh, it does have it on the back here. Let's see. Greater than 4-year age. Oh, that's not the note. I mean, this is a high malt, it says. Yeah, it says Tennessee high malt. Oh, regular bottle. I feel you. I feel that. That probably would be good too. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know the price on the Chattanooga stuff though, so I couldn't tell you. That one's got a punch. That one's pop right in the jaw. I could have swore it told you the mash bill. No, it doesn't. 35? 35 is considered budget to me. I definitely want to pick up a couple more budget bottles this month. Not to like only shop budget, but like I feel like I've neglected some of the budgets when I've been picking up some of the bigger ones that I've been looking for in a sense. So I feel like that we need to show the budgetary some love this month. A little bit of honey, brown sugar. I don't know, some kind of fruit. I instantly thought strawberry, but I don't think strawberry. little bit of spice, like gingerbread, a little bit of gingerbread. It's good. It's a solid pour. This is probably one of the only single barrels where I'm like, I would be okay with just picking that up, like in the lottery aspect, right? Because sometimes you can have to get forced to buy a single barrel that you could care less to be in the lottery. This one, I'm totally fine. I would have picked it up on its own. Tuck says, at least I got that going for me. Oh, wait, hold on. Tuck says, it's better than anything I have. It's like, but all seriousness, that was a boss lineup you did. I liked seeing your results. North Florida says, best bottle under 50, Eagle Rare. I mean, I don't know if I agree, but it's up there. It's definitely in the conversation. I'm horrible at remembering prices. This is a great question, actually, because I have to ask myself this all the time. Christian says, where do you draw the line? Draw the budget line. He's like, for me, it's $45. I'm gonna say it's in that realm, but to be honest, like what I see, the average cost of bottles that I personally want more frequently is like around 50 to $60. And I'm not saying that's budget. I'm just saying, unfortunately, that's where like the average bottles I want. So, I mean, I could agree. Like 45 is like definitely top line, but what most people kind of correlate budget with is really like 35 and under. And I'd say that's probably a solid to be like to categorize it as like a super like solid budget bottle. 35 to 55 is in that gray area to me. 55 and above, I can't really call it budget anymore, but safe to say 35. But with inflation, 45. Yeah, no, it's difficult because there's not a ton of bottles at $20. You know, there's a handful of bottles at 30. Juan says best bottle under 50 is Rare Breed. Yeah, I forgot about that. Are they still at $50? Or I thought they increased the prices. See, now we're in the argument of a best under 50. I think the best under 50 is probably one of the most debated questions when it comes to bourbon, because kind of like North Florida just said, Heaven Hill Bottom Bond, Russell's 10. Juan's out here saying Rare Breed. Eagle Rare was on the table. I don't think Woodford's Double Oak's in that anymore unless you shop at Costco, right? But like these are all like heavy hit bottles to me. Those are all great. Eagle Rare, New Riff single barrels, still Austin cask strength. You know what I mean? Like these are all in that under 50 category. Old Forester 1920. How much is that one? I can't remember off the top of my head. Pipe Dream 101. That's a little over 50 actually. That's like 50, 55. I don't know. Oh, Old Granddad Bonded or not Bonded 114. What am I saying? There's heavy hitters out there. Juan says 48 in Dallas. You haven't tried Rare Breed? That's your next pickup, North. You need a little Rare Breed in your life. I got my brother to pick up Rare Breed. It was one of the first bottles he went for because he recognized it, and I was talking about it at the time. And he's not like into anything high proof, right? He's like a 90 proofer, like through and through. He got that, and he got tore up because he wasn't ready for the change. He just thought it was a little bit like stronger feeling. He learned today. Tug says best bottle under 50 is easily Fireball. Y'all are disappointment. Y'all are a disappointment. 1920 is around 55ish. Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember when I got mine. I know I got it on sale and then I announced whatever I paid for it, and people like lost their mind. They're like, "You're a liar!" I'm like, "No, I'm not." It was like in my very first video. What else? What else is under? Oh, Green River Foolproof, money, money bottle. Huh. Yeah, I mean, that might be all of it that I have at least. Christian says 1920 around my way is 55 to 65. I picked up a Green River Foolproof for 43 not too long ago. Yeah, I believe I got it for like 45. 45 or 44, something like weird number. Somebody said check the Colorado prices. See? Redwood Empire, Pipe Dream 101, 42.99 in stock at Total Wine in Colorado. Does it make the cut? I still don't think that would be the best one. It would be one of my favorites for sure, under 50. But I'll have to keep that receipt so people quit talking shit about it. Juan says, IROC, I love 114. I think it's the best bottle under 25 or 30. I agree with that. That's all facts. Now, I will say, like, the Old Granddad 114, Benchmark Foolproof, I think those two on any given day could, like, trade places depending on what you are wanting and what you're feeling. I like Old Granddad 114 better straight up. It does make really good old fashioned. I think Benchmark makes a better old fashioned to me, and Old Granddad's way better neat. North Florida says, after having the Russell's 10 and the Master's Keep, I'm willing to try anything Wild Turkey makes really good juice. I'm excited to get 101 8-year. To be honest, it'll probably be one that I'll pass on, unless I just find it for like cheap, right? Because I have the anniversary edition. Anything kind of 101, like from Wild Turkey, all is kind of similar to me. The 8-year, I'm sure it has a couple extra perks to it, but I probably would be okay with not having it. If I got it, it was simply because I wanted to look cool on the shelf, or like somebody says it's insane. I just can't. I get FOMO or something. Kristen says can't beat Old Forester's signature 100 for under $30, except by Benchmark and Old Granddad. Old Forester 100 is fine. It's good. It's not exactly what I want for under 30, but I get where you're going with it. Am I tripping? Juan says if I had to pick another bottle under 50, it would be Four Roses single barrel. Am I getting ripped off? Because I'm pretty sure I paid like $100 for my single barrel. Oh, maybe single barrel strength. Maybe I'm tripping. I might be tripping here. I can't find my other ones. RMZ says hello everyone. Welcome to stream, baby. Happy Friday. I like Four Roses. Don't get me wrong. I had it at my wedding. I liked it so much. We had Four Roses, old fashioned, all night. But there's some bottles that just won't make it to my favorite for whatever random reason. It's good. I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. Kind of same thing with Elijah Craig. Like I really like Elijah Craig, but it's only going to get so high on the list for me for whatever reason. Same thing with a lot of the Makers stuff. Like I'm a fan of Makers, but I'm not like hunting them down. Oh, the red labels. Yeah, I keep forgetting that they came out with those. Yeah, I get it, guys. Just the 100 proof single barrel. I should pick one of those up. That would be good to have because I really like mine, the one I have. Now this is obviously a barrel pick from Wild Whiskeys in in Jacksonville. Did my camera die already? What the hell happened there? I might have left my cameras on when I was setting up, so it's on me. And we're back. All right. So this is the one that I have. Dun, dun, dun. Wild Whiskeys. OESF. Now it doesn't want to focus because it only has eye for this Peerless. $11-year, 3 months. Recipe: 75% corn, 20% rye, 5% malted barley. Warehouse NS. It's a good one. Bro, it's spicy. Four Roses got some spice to it. It's also got like some fruit flavors in there, don't get me wrong. The first time I tried that one, it destroyed me. Juan says, what's the recipe? I just went over it, but what's it? I can't remember these off the top of my head. OESF. Mine's mint, fruity, and full body. I feel like it's like trying to take me on a date when I read those things. I do get the mint in that for sure. Is one of the things why I like this one so much. The fruit's there, but it's if full body means spice as hell, it's got spice on the front, the back, finish everywhere. Let's pour that up actually. Let's pour it up. The first time I had this one, it was always fun. I think I've told that story like a million times at this point. It was I had a wedding in North Carolina, and I was debating on going live when I got there, but I got stuck in traffic, so I obviously didn't. But I stayed at the casino in Cherokee, and they had these like plastic little like mouthwash cups or something. I forgot my Glen, so I was like, you know what? I'll just do it. It will be fine. Absolutely horrendous in plastic. I thought it was going to melt through. Juan says I have a 10-year OBSF. I'm waiting to crack open. Why are you waiting to crack it open? Let's see what yours is. OBSV. Delicate fruit, pear and apricot, spicy, creamy. See? Sounds like they're trying to like get you to bid on them for a date. Isaiah says, sorry I'm late. Ooh, did your badge work when you got here? Thought somebody was gonna tell you by now. What's this one? 61% alcohol in this one. Brutal. Jesus. What's that, like 125? This one's got like a nice like crushed berries. You know what I mean? Like if somebody took berries and just kind of crushed it up, that's what you get. When you get past that ethanol. North Florida says hand pink waving. I guess that's an emoji. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Anyways. Now, if the single barrels or red labels have near as much flavor as this one does, I'd be all for it. As much as I like to set the higher proof, I wish it was a little bit more timid because it does have a good amount of ethanol on the nose, which I have to like kind of bob and weave through like I'm Tyson out here, but I like how the mint part comes through on the finish. It kind of makes it for like you get a little spice. It's like an icy hot, right? First it's spicy, got some heat to it, and then that mint note comes through and kind of cools it all down. It says I get fruit and herbal notes on ours. I get fruit, I get oak. It's like different than another bottle. Different than another bottle. I mean, it's 125 proof points less, so I imagine it's going to have a little bit less going on with it. But at the same time, I mean, if it's close, it'd be worth it, 100%. This one was kind of hard. I keep seeing the Four Roses single barrels in general are going for a lot of money nowadays, like 110 bucks, and it's not like they're like allocated; they just cost a lot. Anyways, sorry, boys. I was messaging the wife. The kid doesn't feel good again. It doesn't feel good again. Maybe it's a mint I get. Any other? I mean, it could definitely be minty. Um, because I for a while like I was getting mint, and I was like, "There's no way it's mint. I'm probably getting more of like earthy tones." Um, and then I realized there was mint, not in this, but in like a different one that I had. Yeah, there's multiple that have kind of mint in there. You got a mint, fruit, spicy, full body. Wait, this one is more like what I get. I get mint, fruit, spicy, and full body. Mine doesn't have the spice part, but mine's spicy as hell. Oh, you have a OESQ, which is a floral, rose petal, banana, refreshing, medium body. Fruity red berries, medium body. See, now that we're even talking about it, I should have picked it up. There is like a 2.5 ounce pour sample kit of every combo that they have, all at 100 proof. I think as dumb as that would be as a purchase wise, because it's like 150 bucks. But it's like 150 bucks for like a half a bottle, but you get to try every combo, right? But content wise, that'd be really cool. I would want to do that where like I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I'll buy a second one, give away a second one, and somebody else try it. But that that seems like a lot more work. Trying to figure out how to get another one for a reasonable price. We are getting close to our little giveaway thing going on. We're like, here, let me just check while we're live. You guys aren't doing nothing. We are currently 100, or actually 85. We're 85 subscribers away from 2,500. So we'll be 2,500. We're doing the giveaway stuff. Well, it says our local liquor chain sells Four Roses for 90-ish. Um, Back in December when I got mine, it felt like it just bumped up to 100 because they were trying to be like, no, 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 it's worth it still. It's worth it still. It's 100, but it's worth it still. Because I remember them being like 85, 90-ish. Um, Going to like the store right down the road, they're 130 bucks. And it's not like anything. I'm sure it's just like this one. There's nothing else that's going to be obscene. One says giveaway 2,500 subs. We'll give away right now. I mean, we're still debating on everything, but we're gonna do at minimum because I've said it. 2 samples, like samples that I'll mail over to you guys. Pretty much anything on the shelf for just the normal everybody that's watching, and then we're gonna do one for the members as well. So, Christian says, "Dan, they could at least give you a full 750 mil for 150." I know. It's like they're small, but there is quite a bit in there. Like there's different, it's every recipe that they have, but it's just small. You know what I mean? The only issue is like if I really like one of them, well then I have to go buy that one and find it and buy it, rather than just have like a couple drinks out of that. Raph says, "Guess who's back? Back again." Yeah. Juan says, "Russell 15, please." Russell's 15 and what else? What would you pick, Juan, if you won? You get Russell's 15 now. That's you picked one. What's your second pick? He said, "What up, Maine? Maine?" I was thinking of Hustle and Flow when you said that. Juan says, "Still hasn't tried it." Oof. You may need to win, bro. The Russell's is money. To be honest, like overall, I obviously have my preferences, right? I have my preferences that I really like double oaks. Still gonna always be like my go-to, whether if it's like the Peerless or the Woodford stuff. But the Russell's 15 just kind of hits you, in like a good kind of way. I love Russell's Reserve. Don't get me wrong, definitely top of the list. Still, one of my favorite single barrels was the Private Barrel Select that I was talking about. So it's that camera's all kind of wonky today, isn't it? I've been playing with the settings, boys. Don't get mad when the cameras start acting crazy. I'm switching to the other camera. This one. This one's still one of my favorite single barrels that I picked up. 10-year or 9-year age. Oh, now we're all over the place. 110 proof Russell Reserve. This one's money. Um, the proof was definitely worth the increase. Juan says the 13th Colony Double Oak. I mean, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. Some people are not as they're kind of hit or miss on 13th Colony. So he's like, all you have is good stuff. Not really. I mean, I got some the early times. I got the Evan Williams down there that you guys like. I got Shady Mile that I never talk. I got stuff I never talk about on here. It's just stuff I don't really care about too much. But I do have some other good picks. As far as like stuff that somebody may want to try, like the Woodford's Batch Proof. Like that one's kind of a more expensive one that you could fairly easy get. Some people may want to try that first. Obviously, if you've never had things like Stag or something like that, then that might gravitate towards some people. Or maybe you want something different, something a little off the wall, like a little New Riff sherry finish or something. I don't know. That one is good too. Chris says 13th Colony Double Oak is a good choice. It's money. I like it. It's unique. That's why I like it so much. It is very unique. Juan says, "I'll take whatever with the Russells." Touche. He's like, a store here in Dallas had a 14-year Russell's Private Barrel pick. I hear it was amazing. 14-year? Sign me the fuck up. Sign me up. The only issue is like, if it was that amazing, why didn't they keep it for their own? Like Russell's, why didn't they just do their own thing with it? But maybe they charge a little bit more or something. I don't know. I don't know the semantics. I'm just saying. Chris says, is that Russell's cast strength? Mine? Mine was only 110. So I don't think so. No, not cast strength. Not mine, at least. Yeah, 110. The 110 was good, though. Because, like, I like the Russell's 10-year, right? But it's like 90 proof. It's got good flavors, but it's thin, right? It is thin, but you can get it for like $30, right? My private barrel select, whatever they're calling it, that one I believe I got for 65, I believe. And it's 110 proof. 100% worth the increase, you know. 20 points proof different. You're paying basically 20 extra bucks. Money. Had a lot more flavor. Viscosity was a little bit thicker. So, like, of the couple of complaints that I had about Russell's 10, I wasn't really even complaining. I was just judging it super hard. All got corrected with that private barrel. North Florida says Jack 10. That's a good pick. That's like a fun pick. I love that Jack 10. I want the 12, though. I really want the 12. Like, I want the 12 more than I want the 14 right now. Like, obviously, if I found the 14, I want that too, but like the 12 just has like a good ring to it, you know? Anyway, why I have you guys here. If you haven't already, you noticed a little Dad Gang merch? No? Have you noticed? Got the D on the shirt. We got the Dad Gang on the back. They do have shirts now. They're pumping out a bunch of shirts lately. The only issue is they're selling out super quick, so they never have my size. There's a few. Not the ones I really wanted. But this one's clean. It fits really well. It's comfy. It's nice and thick. If you guys are part of the Dad Gang already, or you want to be for some reason, if you're a dad, links in the description. Save yourself off 15% off your purchase with the link in the description. Just copy and paste that into the search bar. Chris says, Woodford's Master Collection bottles is kind of hard to find. Really? Bro, my Total Wine sits on them. My Total Wine has they have like 3 of the double oaks right now, unfortunately, because I have no idea why there's so many in the world right now. The Masters Collection batch proof, they got 2 of those, 2 different kinds, and they have the Madeira. Madeira? I don't know how you pronounce it. They got that one. They've been kind of floating all around me, but the only issue is they're like averaging 120 to 150 bucks. And I just, as good as they are, I'd rather spend 150 bucks on getting something else, as well. Even like their distillery releases, they may be smaller bottles, but you can get them for cheaper and they're a little bit more unique. I just need to space those out. You can't get those back to back like you can the Penelopes. So, Juan says the 12 is good. Isn't that the runner-up? Was the 12 one? Northflore says Liquor Depot has some big store picks coming in Tampa. Isaiah. North Florida, do you frequent Tampa or something? Who goes to Tampa? Chris says, yeah, it's a clean hat and shirt. It's clean. I love the way their hats fit. You know what I mean? They fit right. Well, it looks kind of weird right now because I got the mic on my hat. But no, they're comfy. I got 2 shirts, 2 hats, new ones. Right? I have an unhealthy amount of Dad Gang hats. Apparently, everybody likes to talk about it. But this got the summer vibes going. That's what we're going for. Coy Hill Jack Daniels Rye for 1. What are we talking about? North Florida, that's going to be one of the picks? Is a Coy Hill Jack Daniels Rye? If you guys are in Jacksonville, Shores Liquor, one of the Shores Liquor, you'll have to go to their socials to figure out which one because I can't remember. They have a Stag store pick, like 128 proof. So I'm not going to go pick one. I have one. I'm never going to power down 2 of them. So, I mean, never say never, but I like Buffalo Trace, but I'm not gonna like stock up on the Buffalo Trace. Maybe I should now that it's flooded. Chris says we don't get many of those Woodford's Master Collection bottles around here. My wine store by me had a few, but they went before I got there. They go in waves, right? Like I think, like my Total Wine may get like a couple more than the average, I think, and that's what kind of makes people bum rush them, right? And then whatever's left, like it just sits and it just waits for me to buy it. IROC says, "What are those Stag single barrels or store picks going for?" I don't know. They didn't show it online. Somebody sent it to me and was like, "Hey, go get it if you want it." And I was like, "I'm not gonna go get it." But I imagine it was like 100 and something bucks. It wasn't like 200 for sure. It was like reasonable. Juan says, "Yeah, there it was the runner up. The Jack 12 knocked out the 114, the Stag 23C, and the Weller Foolproof. Just out here knocking them down." You're I mean, you did have some heavy hitters, and I totally understand like the difference of like you may like something one day and not like as much the next day, right? I'm totally with that. But it's crazy how like which bottles beat out some just crazy bottles. North Florida says, "Pick me up, pick one up, and we can swap for the 13th colony plus whatever money." I can swing by there if you want me to. I can see if they still have it. Mule me one, mule one for me. He's like, "Damn, I need that single store pick." Well, I'll go film like a bourbon hunting video there tomorrow. Then that'd be kind of fun. Plus, if they still have it, if they don't, then the only issue is they. And this sounds really rude, but like they don't speak English in that store. So every time I walk in, they like look at me like I'm crazy, and I don't even have a camera most of the time I go there. Chris, I totally get it. I do know the Shores Liquor, by the way, they're pumping out. They're gonna have Eagle Rare store picks, Buffalo Trace store picks, Blanton store picks, and this Stag. I don't think they have a Weller, but if it was going to be the Foolproof. I just don't. I don't know that for sure. Rap says, "Can't remember if I asked you, what's your unicorn?" I don't know, right? Because for the longest time, like forever, it was the Woodford's Double Oak. And the reason why is because it was super hard to get. They only had limited quantities. It was only distillery releases. So the only way I was ever going to get it is if I drove, 14 hours up on a split moment's notice to get to Kentucky to get it in time. And that's why I dropped that little trailer earlier this year, um, because I was going to. And then they released it the same day I released that video saying, "Hey, we're actually going to do it nationwide, 700 milliliters, and we're going to produce more than we even told you about." So it kind of killed it for me a little bit. I think like easily I can kind of gravitate towards like the Eagle Rare 17 I really want, right? That's one that I like really want to get, but I also don't want to like super overpay for it. Because I think like the fun part of like having a unicorn is like not spending like a used car price on it. If I can get it for MSRP, that's like when I could like really feel good about it, or slightly over. But I'm not going to go spend $2,000 on it. So, but I'm still thinking that over. Like, what would be my next? I don't know if it's a unicorn, but like categorize that. But the Still Austin Tanger, that one was like one that I almost had like 3 times, and then I don't have it because I couldn't get it. So that one's like the one that got away that I really want to get. RMZ says, "I love my first Stag 22A, or I picked up my first Stag 22A and loved it." Stag's good, bro. Nothing wrong with Stag. Juan says, "I'm still surprised 1792 12-year beat out the Four Roses barrel strength. That was my surprise of the whole tournament." I mean, me too. I don't even like 1792 in general. Chris says, I wish the BTEC bottles weren't too hard to find and so expensive. I agree. But that's also why we all want them, right? Is just because like they are hard to find and they are expensive. So we want to be able to get them for like a decent price because we want to afford it as well. I did find a Thomas handy at a Shores Liquor as well, right down the road from me for like $699, just sitting there. I didn't really want to spend $700 on a rye, or I would have got it. I also didn't want to spend $700 that day. I didn't even go in for whiskey that day. Just so you know, I went in and I got the what do you want to call it, the tequila. And if you guys haven't watched that stream, you're missing out because I did pick this up. This isn't like my normal content here or nothing like that. I forgot to switch cameras. But Lalo's, this is a limited edition high proof tequila. It is 100% agave, no additives, 108 proof. The wife said, holy shit, it's way too strong for me. But it made a mean margarita. But it also is one of the few tequilas that I would drink neat and not actually have a problem with it. So if you're debating tequilas, I mean, probably go find a tequila channel and like maybe get a real recommendation, but that one's really good from a whiskey person's perspective. Trav in the chat says, what up at the rodeo tonight instead of the shower? Like, fire me up. Same thing, baby. Rodeo. What? Where'd you find you're in Texas, aren't you? I mean, that's fun though. Show us riding a bull. You riding a bull. Trav says, hat is fire. Appreciate it. Little gad gang camo. Noflora says, after having short barrel cigar batch, I'm interested in any cigar blend. Naturally, Tanger is one of them. Yeah, I mean, it's one that I really want for multiple reasons. One, Still Austin doesn't like re-release things often. That and like everybody was hyping it up, and I just hope that like if they do release like a batch 2 or something like that, that it's just as good. Some people tend to like when they get something good, that second batch isn't as good because now they're like trying to produce way more and a lot faster to try and capitalize on the money aspect. I'm not saying Still Awesome would do that. I'm just saying that's what I've seen in the past. Norfloy said they had a tasting of that tequila today at one of the stores here. They have Lalo's 80 proofer, right? But that one's and they may have it. I'm not saying they didn't. That one's the more limited one, the higher proof version. The wife wants the low proof one, so I'll be picking that one up for her next. But the high proof one was. The wife's leaving to get Tylenol or something, so I'm like reading text. One says, if I had to think of a unicorn off the top of my head, it would be a Coy Hill. All the special releases I've tried from Jack Daniel have been great. A little age does wonders to that juice. I mean, I agree. Everything Jack Daniel's besides number 7 just gets better and better and better. My only issue with the Jack Daniel's stuff is it doesn't matter if it's Jack Daniel's number 7, the Bonded, Triple Mash, Jack 14, or any of the other special ones. It's still Jack Daniel's, right? It still feels and tastes like Jack Daniel's. It just may be better, right? And a lot of times, like, I gravitate more towards more unique ones. That's why I like the Still Austin stuff, because I can't get that profile often. So that's why I gravitate towards that. RMZ says, Lalo's is great tequila. I was into tequila for years and then migrated into bourbon. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm not going to gravitate towards tequila, guys, so you don't have to stress that. But it's good. Like, it was good. I was highly, impressed and surprised because I don't typically like anything besides whiskey and bourbon without like slamming shit into it, like mixers. You know what I mean? So for the tequila to be good enough for me to just pour up and sip, said a lot. So IROC says can't do tequila. I mean, I can't do normal tequila. That's why I think I was so okay with it being higher proof. It had a lot more giddy up, but it was crazier. Like the higher proof version was super smooth compared to the lower proof of like the other stuff that we had. She had like 818 and like Patron and stuff like that. So we've been live about an hour. The wife just went to the store. So what I may do is I may shut this one down, restart it. We'll go the up and down stream so we can let some of the new people get in here. Right now we're at, 2,415 subscribers. We want to try and get to 2,500 this month, so that way we can, do a little giveaways. So I think that will help everybody. Anejos. He's like, nope, instant throw up. I mean, hey, drink what you like. Nobody's forcing you. I had to like get something fun because the wife seeing me buy all this bourbon and drink all the bourbon. She's just getting, basic stuff. So I try to get something fun and different for her as well. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and end this stream. I'm going to swap profiles, make it the up and down one. And I'm going to come back in probably about 15 minutes or so when she gets back from the store. So if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe. Check out the new outro as well because I got a new one along with intros. If you didn't see the intro, I'm just saying, what are we doing? So again, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. And I'll see you on the other side. Peace.